Hello everyone, welcome to StudyIQ. In this video, I will bring to you the current affairs of 8th of September. Let's start the video in English language. According to the recently released 4th Progress Report by the NITI Aayog, the name of the report is Preserving Progress on Nutrition in India, Poshan Abhiyan in Pandemic Times. Which of the following was the best performing state among the small states? Now, you can look here. This is the implementation of the Poshan Abhiyan. What is Poshan Abhiyan? That I will tell you in a bit. But which is the best performing state in the Poshan Abhiyan? Now you can see that in the Union Territories, it is Dadra, Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu. Dadra, Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu is the best performing Union Territory. In the small states, which also includes the Himalayan states, and you can see that Sikkim is the best performer. And among the large states, Maharashtra is the best performer. Now after Maharashtra, you have Andhra. So among the large states, you should also remember who is the second in the list. So Maharashtra and Andhra. But here they are asking small state. The answer will be Sikkim. Right? The answer is Sikkim. Now let me tell you about the Poshan Abhiyan. Now first of all, this Poshan Abhiyan, you know that recently Poshan 2 has been launched. It is a Abhiyan of which ministry? So it is by Ministry of Women and Child Development. They recently launched Poshan 2. And Poshan 2 essentially has been launched in the 117 aspirational districts. Right? In fact, the month of September we celebrate as Poshan Maha, or you can simply call it Nutrition Month. And the first week of September is the Poshan Saptaha or Nutrition Week. Is that clear? And there are several targets. For example, we want to reduce the stunting in children by 2% every year. We want to reduce the incidence of the low birth weight in children by 2% every year. We want to reduce the undernutrition in children by 2% every year. And we want to reduce anemia in the women by 3% every year. So everything we want to reduce by 2% every year except anemia, which we want to reduce by 3%. And this Poshan Abhiyan was initially launched on 8th of March 2018 because 8th of March is the International Women's Day. We call it National Nutrition Mission. National Nutrition Mission. Is that understood? So that is about it. And since I was telling you about Dadra and Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu, why it was in news recently? So Dadra, Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu was in news because it is the first union territory in India to become Har Ghar Jal. Also in Daman, what has happened? So in Daman, the 18th campus of National Institute of Fashion Technology has opened recently, and the 17th one was opened in Panchkula in Haryana. That is why it was in news. And anything special has happened in Sikkim recently? Anything you can think of with respect to Sikkim? So basically, Sikkim, they have declared their new state butterfly, which is called Blue Duke. This is the state butterfly of Sikkim, and there is a place called Mamle in Sikkim, which has the very famous Baksa formation of the rocks, right? Litho units of Baksa formation. So this place Mamle has been declared as a geo-heritage site. And also there is a place in Himachal which is called the Shivalik Fossil Park that has also been declared as a geo-heritage site. Recently, which of the following countries has launched the Yaogan 33 satellite? Yaogan 33. So this is a series basically. Yaogan 30, 31, 32, etc. So this was launched by China, and this was Long March 4C rocket. The rocket that they used was Long March 4C. And what is that place from where China launches their rockets? It is called Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center. Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center. Now Jiuquan, don't forget this name ever. Okay, this is the place from where China launches its satellites or rockets via satellites. Other way around, satellites via rockets. Now Jiuquan is located where? So Jiuquan is located in the Gobi Desert. Now Gobi Desert is present in both China and Mongolia. Is that clear? And it is Yaogan is a remote sensing satellite. Remote sensing means it works remotely away from the earth, but it takes photographs of the earth. So that is the purpose. And China also has a space station. What is the name? It is called Tianzhong. Tianzhong is the space station of China, and recently United Nations is doing a project called SING, where they want to put a spectroscope on Tianzhong, and for this Indian Institute of Astrophysics is the nodal organization. Indian Institute of Astrophysics Bangalore will be the nodal organization for the SING project by United Nations to put a spectroscope on Tianjong. 3D visualization eyes on the solar system tool recently was in news. It is an initiative by which of the following? It's a beautiful tool called eyes on the solar system. It is a 3D visualization. All you have to do is you have to open the website of NASA. The answer is NASA. And NASA will show you the beautiful photographs, 3D photographs, 3D visualization of the solar system through their satellites. They have a lot of missions, and now you can enjoy NASA's different spacecrafts tour of Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. They will show you photographs in a 3D format. Is that clear? So that is by NASA. Recently, who among the following has been named as the new High Commissioner of India to Bangladesh? Now, Bangladesh is a Commonwealth country. That is why using the word High Commissioner. If it is not a Commonwealth country, we use the word Ambassador. It means the same. So it is Pranay Verma. Pranay Verma is India's new Ambassador to Bangladesh. And what I have done is essentially I have written all the new High Commissioners or Ambassador here. So Pranay Verma, Bangladesh, right? CB George, very important. CB George is now India's new Ambassador to Japan. Sanjay Verma is now India's new High Commissioner to Canada. Now you can see Sanjay Verma earlier was our Ambassador to Japan. Now he has been sent to Canada because Ajay Bisaria retired. Earlier Ajay Bisaria was the High Commissioner to Canada. Neeta Bhushan, you can see. So Neeta Bhushan is India's new High Commissioner to New Zealand. Why? Because Muktesh Pardeshi, who earlier was our High Commissioner to New Zealand, he has come back and he will take part in the G20 management. Amit Kumar. Amit Kumar is now India's High Commissioner. Actually, it's Ambassador. So Amit Kumar is India's new Ambassador to South Korea. South Korea is not a part of Commonwealth, so we will use the word Ambassador. Namgya Khampa will be India's new High Commissioner to Kenya. And Sandeep Arya, he is India's new Ambassador to Vietnam. Is that clear? So a lot of new ambassadors, and by putting them all here on one list, it becomes much more easy. Is that clear? Okay. Recently, how many Indian cities they have joined UNESCO Global Network of Learning Cities? It's a very, very important question. Very, very important. One of the most important, if not the most important. So what is the meaning of learning cities? What we call as learning city? So according to UNESCO, a learning city is the one that has good quality and excellence in learning. It increases the culture. It augments or fosters the culture of learning throughout life. And it mobilizes all the resources to promote inclusive learning from basic education to higher education. And it revitalizes the learning in the families and in the communities. It encourages learning. That is called a learning city. Now there are 3 places in India which have been declared as UNESCO Global Network of Learning Cities. Is that understood? So which are these 3? So this is Warangal. Now Warangal is in Telangana. Right? Warangal is a very, very important cultural place in Telangana. It's a very major tourism venue. In fact, in Warangal earlier, not now, earlier, okay, there used to be Ramappa temple. Now Ramappa temple, if you remember, is also called Kakatiya Rudreshwar temple, and it was declared as a UNESCO World Heritage Site last year. If you remember, Ramappa temple and the other one, Dholavira in Gujarat. But now Ramappa temple is in Mulugu district. Now it is not in Warangal because Mulugu was a new district that was formed in Telangana, carved out from Warangal. So Warangal receives a lot of tourism. Okay, it's a cultural place in Telangana. And then there are 2 places in Kerala, and that reminds me, Kerala. So today is Onam. Today, the 8th of September, is Onam. So I wish all of my Kerala students best wishes on Onam, and I know that you will consume sadhya, you will have a treat, you will enjoy. So remember me when you enjoy. Now there are 2 places in Kerala. So one is Nilambur and one is Thrissur. Okay, Thrissur. Thrissur is very famous because Thrissur has a Vadakkunathan temple where Thrissur Puram festival takes place, and it is famous for the gold jewelry. It is also called sometimes the cultural capital of Kerala, right? And then we have Nilambur. So Nilambur is also in Kerala. And Nilambur, the city has free healthcare to all the citizens, and there is also the first aid training for students and citizens that is given in Nilambur. So these are these 3 places which have been added to UNESCO Global Network of Learning Cities. Very important question. And there is a sub-organization of UNESCO called UNESCO Institute for lifelong learning or UIL that declares these cities. So these three have become UNESCO learning city. Now, as per UNESCO, 77 cities from 44 countries across the globe, they have joined the UNESCO Global Network of Learning Cities. So there are other cities also like Beijing, Shanghai, Dublin, Athens and all. But from India, there are only 3. Out of 77 cities from 44 countries, 3 are from India. Which of the following freedom fighters was popularly known as Kappalottiya Tamilan? Who was he? So he was V.O. Chidambaram Pillai. Who was he? So he was a freedom fighter. In fact, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he recently paid tribute to him because we are celebrating his 151st birth anniversary. Right? It was his 151st birth anniversary on Teachers' Day, 5th of September 2022. Now, 5th of September is also the International Day of Charity because it is the death anniversary of Mother Teresa, and it was the 25th death anniversary of Mother Teresa this year. And on that occasion, Kerala government has started Snehalya de-addiction centers also. And that reminds me that there is a port, major port of India. Now there are 13 major ports of India. Earlier there were 12, but 13th one was the Vadhavan port. Vadhavan port has come up in Maharashtra, and so now there are 13 major ports in India, and one of the major ports is the Tuticorin port, which is called V.O. Chidambaram port. So there is one major port in India that is named after V.O. Chidambaram Pillai. And what is that port? It is called Tuticorin port, which is in Tamil Nadu. Now Tuticorin is also called as Thuttukudi. You can call it Thuttukudi. So this is one of the 3 major ports in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu also has the Ennore port, right? So Ennore port is also a major port in Tamil Nadu. And then we also have another port which is the Chennai port. So these are the 3 important ports. Is that clear? And Ennore port is named after another great person called Kamraj. So it is called Kamarajar port. Let's move on. Recently, the National E-Governance Division organized the 30th Chief Information Security Officers Deep Dive Training Program in which city of India? It was organized recently in New Delhi. The answer is New Delhi, and it was organized at the Indian Institute of Public Administration IIPA in New Delhi. And if you remember, then Ministry of Electronics and IT, they had started Cyber Surakshit Initiative. Cyber Surakshit Initiative is what? It is to spread awareness about the cyber crimes and cyber security, and it was launched in 2018. So this CSIO training is a partnership. It is in public-private partnership between the government and the industries. So the officers from the central and state government and PSUs, public sector bank, insurance companies, they all participate in this. So it is an initiative of the Ministry of Electronics and IT. Recently, who among the following was appointed as the acting Chief Justice of the Madras High Court? Now, Madras High Court Chief Justice was Munishwar Nath Bhandari, but he has retired now. So we have a new acting Chief Justice. His name is M. Doraiswamy. M. Doraiswamy has become the acting Chief Justice of the Madras High Court. Is that clear? Let's move on. Recently, India has signed 7 MOUs on connectivity, energy, water resources, trade, border management, security and development with which country? Now you know that Sheikh Hasina visited India recently, and India-Bangladesh signed 7 MOUs together. The answer is Bangladesh. Let me show you which are those 7 MOUs because it is very important. Now the most important in the 7 is the Kushiara River agreement. The water of Kushiara, which is a trans-border river, it flows at the border between India and Bangladesh. Kushiara River water will be shared between the 2 countries. There is an agreement regarding that. Is that clear? This is the most important, and the others also. For example, the MOU between the railway boards of both the country. The Bangladeshi railway officers, they will get training in India. Similarly, there is a MOU between the railway board with respect to collaboration in the IT systems. Then the judicial officers or the judges of Bangladesh will get training in India. That also is there. And there is a MOU for scientific and technological cooperation. So that is done by CSIR, and you can see it was signed by Nalla Thambi Kalai Selvi, who is the Director General of CSIR. Then there is a cooperation in the area of space technology, and there is a MOU for broadcast between Prasar Bharati, the official public broadcaster of India, and Bangladesh Television. So these are the 7 MOUs which have been signed between India and Bangladesh. But things don't end here. Now there are 2 new railway routes that India will set up in Bangladesh. This is not between India and Bangladesh. This is inside Bangladesh only. So one is Khulna Darshana railway line link project. One is the Parbatipur Konya railway line. Is that clear? Now India will upgrade the Khulna Darshana railway line link project because it will connect. This is a very important broad gauge project, right? And it will upgrade the Khulna and Darshana railway line because it will help India, because ultimately if there is good connectivity within Bangladesh, because there is a railway link between India and Bangladesh, so it will augment the rail connection between the two countries. And Parbatipur to Konya railway line, it is a meter gauge railway line, it will also be upgraded. And then there is a inauguration of the Rupsha bridge. Now this is very important, Rupsha bridge. Don't forget his name. India will help Bangladesh in upgrading the Rupsha bridge. It is 5.13 kilometer and it is a part of the Khulna to Mongla port. Basically, it will connect the Mongla port with the Khulna port. Mongla port and Khulna port will be connected by Rupsha bridge. And then there is a Metri power plant. Now Metri power plant, its capacity is 1320 megawatt. It is a joint venture between India and Bangladesh. So from India's side, NTPC signed this project and NTPC gave this contract to BHEL. So NTPC is the one which signed this project. Now it has been inaugurated and finally the setting up work has been done by BHEL. So it is 1320 megawatt. The International Day of Clean Air for Blue Skies is observed when? International Day of Clean Air for Blue Skies was observed on 7th of September and the theme was the air we share. This is to spread awareness about good air quality and reducing air pollution. Is that understood? So this day was first celebrated in 2020. So this was only the third time that this day was celebrated. Recently, which of the following states of India has topped in the number of disposal and entry of cases through the e-Prosecution portal that is managed by the Union government under the Digital India mission? So number 1 is UP. The answer is Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh disposed 9.12 million cases through the e-Prosecution portal, right? These are the official figure. Madhya Pradesh was second and Bihar was the third, Gujarat was the fourth and Chhattisgarh was the fifth. So UP ranked number 1 in disposal of online cases and in the total number of cases both. UP was the topper. What is e-Prosecution portal? Basically, this portal provides for e-communication between the police department and the prosecution directorate, right? It enables the transfer of data between the courts, police, jails and forensic science laboratory. There is an easy transfer of data. So prosecution becomes very easy and the disposal of cases becomes very fast and swift. This portal was launched 2 years ago and it was launched jointly by the Home Ministry, IT Ministry and the Law Ministry. Together they launched this portal, e-Prosecution portal. Which of the following company has announced its collaboration with the BCCI for the title sponsor for all the international matches, both women and men, held on home ground and domestic cricket matches? Now be very careful. Those matches, right, which are international matches but taking place in India, and the domestic cricket matches. Domestic cricket means what? Ranji Trophy, Dilip Trophy, Irani Trophy, Devdhar Trophy. All of these are domestic trophies, right? And also the junior cricket matches. When I say junior, I mean under 19 and under 23. For them, the sponsor will be MasterCard. The sponsor will be MasterCard. MasterCard will be the title sponsor for the home cricket matches for the 2023 season, 2022-23 season. And MS Dhoni, if you remember, he used to be the ambassador for MasterCard. Who is the chairman of a recently announced national level committee for drafting of the new National Cooperation Policy document? Mr. Suresh Prabhu, one-time Railway Minister of India. So he has been made the chairman of the committee that will look to promote the cooperative sector in India. And this is a very, very important committee. There are in fact 47 members in the committee and the chairman will be Suresh Prabhu. Now we have a separate ministry called the Ministry of Cooperatives headed by Amit Shah. Is that clear? Now you must have heard about the 97th Constitutional Amendment Act which came in 2011. So in 97th Constitutional Amendment Act, we inserted Part 9B in the Constitution. Now Part 9 is about Panchayat, Part 9A is about the municipalities, and Part 9B is about the cooperatives. So cooperatives was inserted into the Part 9B of the Constitution. In fact, this entire Part 9B was inserted at the behest of the 97th Constitution Amendment Act in 2011. And let me also tell you, there is a Article 43B. This was added to the Directive Principles of State Policy, and this is about the promotion of cooperative societies. So never forget, Part 9B is regarding to cooperatives and Article 43B is promotion of cooperative societies. Krishnan Sankarasubramaniam has been appointed as the Managing Director and CEO of which bank? So this is the Tamil Nadu Mercantile Bank. Right. Earlier he was the Managing Director and CEO of Punjab and Sindh Bank, but now he will take over as the Managing Director and CEO of Tamil Nadu Mercantile Bank. It is headquartered in Tuticorin in Tamil Nadu. WEST initiative recently launched is related to what? What is WEST? So WEST is Women with STEM background. What is STEM background? STEM means Science, Technology, Engineering and Math. So women, what is the full form of WEST? Women in Engineering, Science and Technology. It is WEST. It is a new STEM. STEM, you know, I means Indian Science, Technology, Engineering and Math initiative. It is one of the types of STEM initiative called WEST. Women in Science, Technology, Women in Engineering, Science and Technology. And this initiative was launched by whom? The Office of the Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India. And Office of the Principal Scientific Advisor, who is he? Ajay Sood. He is the Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India. So WEST program will cater to those women who come with a STEM background, and it will empower them. It will promote research and development. It will help the women in every possible way, right? So this is by the Ministry of course, Science and Technology. Recently, in partnership with which of the following countries, India conducted a counter ransomware cyber security exercise? India conducted it with Britain recently, right? India's National Security Council Secretariat, or NSCS, they conducted it with Britain, and one company also, BAE Systems, participated. So in collaboration with the British government and BAE System, this was a cyber security exercise, and it was conducted for 26 countries. It was conducted for 26 countries, not just for India and Britain, but 26 countries total. So this exercise was conducted as a part of Counter Ransomware Initiative. Counter Ransomware Initiative under the leadership of National Cyber Security Coordinator, which is NCSC, National Security Council Secretariat. And that also reminds me that recently there was a cyber security exercise called Synergy, which was conducted by CERT-IN, or India's Cyber Emergency Response Team. Indian Computer Emergency Response Team, or CERT-IN, based in New Delhi, works under the Ministry of Electronics and IT. Which of the following states or union territory they will host the first ever Mountain Bicycle MTB World Cup, the UCI MTB Eliminator World Cup in India? So this is a bicycling World Cup. It will take place in Leh in Ladakh. The answer is Ladakh. In Ladakh, it will take place in Leh. Recently, this is the last question. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has appointed Roza Otunbayeva as the new envoy to Afghanistan. She is the United Nations new envoy to Afghanistan, and Afghanistan is a very important country these days. So she is from which of the following countries? She is from Kyrgyzstan. The answer is Kyrgyzstan. Kyrgyzstan's capital is Bishkek, and Kyrgyzstan, we did Khanjar exercise with Kyrgyzstan. It was conducted in Baklho in Himachal Pradesh in March or April 2022. That was the video for 8th of September. I will see you in the video of 9th of September. Thank you for watching Study IQ.